movieweb.com.
We have never faced a threat like this. A team is being assembled. They're the best operatives in the world. When all else fails, we don't.
I want in.
Standing in front of you, a Delta 6 accelerator suit.
What's it accelerate?
You. This is General Hawk. Mission is a go.
Here they come.
Go, go, go!
Saw the film last night, loved it.
Oh, cool.
First question is, talk about being cast in this movie, because you know G.I. Joe's got this great tradition. People have grown up loving it. How'd you get to the film? Did you audition? What's the process?
I actually screen tested with Rachel because originally this role was written as a white guy, and you know, they had to see. But I also said that he was charming, he was athletic, he was funny and athletic, and I was like, you know what, I could play that. And so I look at roles, I don't look at color. I just look and go, can I play the attributes? And everything's colorless to me. And then I went and read with Rachel, and it worked, and pot out.
They called me up, and because I'd done another soldier film, and I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to play a fantasy soldier movie, and then they sent me the script, and it was X-Men and Star Wars, man. It was just a huge, fantastical ride, and I couldn't wait to see them realize some of the things that they had written in the script. So I definitely went, and G.I. Joe was like part of my childhood. So
G.I. Joe is so iconic for people who grew up with it, the toys, the cartoons. Talk about getting cast in these roles and just the shock of like saying, well, I'm going to be Scarlet and I'm going to be Baroness.
It's when you get cast in something that a franchise that's as recognizable as this, with characters that are this recognizable, it's both an honor and it's a little intimidating. Yeah. Because you want the fans to remain fans, and you don't want to let anybody down. And then you realize that Stephen Sommers knows what he's doing, and he was so excited to make the film that jumping into the characters felt really authentic.
And these are really iconic, cool characters. I mean, the Baroness is amazing. I love playing a femme fatale. I love the guns and the outfit and the black hair. I mean, it was just all round a great character. So we felt very lucky.
The scene in France is one of the best action scenes I've ever seen. It's totally immersive. You know, I got to give props to the effects guys and the editing crew for putting together such a great scene. But talk about filming that. What was that like?
Filming that was hell. Wearing that suit, just talking about it makes me a little queasy.
Pisses me off a little bit.
I think I'm going to throw up in my own mouth. It's just really tough wearing that suit. And going back to the memory of it, it's like talking to a soldier about Vietnam. I still wake up at night with my hands swelling and my feet swelling and night sweat screaming. And realize I don't have that damn suit on, and I'm so happy. It's the worst feeling ever.
And you can't get out of it fast enough because there's no flap or zipper.
You ever try and hold it in all day? Like all of it.
Whole day, 12 hours, try it.
All day. Like, because it takes an hour and a half to take off, an hour and a half to put on.
And it's hot outside, so you're drinking water.
Way too much work. I just hold it. I can tell you one thing. I could probably hold a urination longer than anybody you know.
I'd much rather just go in the sink.
Let's get some water. You drink this. Give me the gallon, and we can see who holds it longer.
I mean, you guys kick some major ass in this film.
Thank you.
I mean, I was expecting some big action scenes, but the scene in Paris in particular, that extended scene was incredible to see. I mean, talk about filming that, the training. I mean, how did you get into that?
That took about 5 weeks, I think, that whole
Basically,
sequence.
the whole time we were in Prague, that's what we shot.
Yeah. And that was, you know, all of the cars that you see toppling and spinning and flying through the air, they actually did that, and we got to watch a lot of it, and it was extraordinary. It was tiring, you know, it's physically really demanding, but worth it when you see the final result. We were all really pleased.
And I mean, I'd love to say that I was the one driving or riding the motorcycle throughout the streets of Paris and dodging cars, and sadly I did not do that myself. I had a great stunt double, Jen Caputo, who did a lot of that for me. But you come out of watching it and you just feel so badass. It was great.
You know, beyond all the special effects and the action, and there's a ton of action, this is really an ensemble character piece, you know, where it's you guys and Dennis Quaid and like Ray Parks, who's so awesome as Snake Eyes in this movie. I mean, talk about just working together as a group involved in such a film this big.
Well, they've cast real actors, which I think was really smart. I mean, everyone that came on board had done kind of more dramatic stuff in the past, and so everyone really cared about the characters. It wasn't just about looking hot or looking tough. Everybody wanted to develop their arc, and therefore it's primarily character driven, and then with great action thrown in, and Ray Parks is just the most genius martial artist.
I mean, he basically couldn't have a stunt double because there was nobody better than he was, and it was the same thing for Byung-Hun Lee. I mean, they're so good at what they do and so impressive watching their fights together, where it was really interesting. It was amazing.
I mean, the film has a lot of stuff going on, a lot of plot, a lot of action, but at the core, it's really an ensemble character piece. You know, you two guys are the star, but there's a lot of other people going on. Talk about working with the cast and working with Stephen Sommers and like Dennis Quaid and all these guys.
Well, I think this is a true ensemble piece in a lot of ways because, you know, you have a lot of characters and everybody seems to have their own arc, their own story, their own romance, their own contribution to either saving the day or trying to destroy the world. So I think Stephen made a very wise choice. I mean, when we talk about G.I. Joes, it's a unit, but at the same time, you know, it's just a big, fun, magical ride, and you're never bored because you're going from one story to the other story to the other story, and they're all so interesting. So, yeah. That's what I have to say about it. But then again, I talk a lot.
I got you the cliff notes over here, if you'd like. They're all really cool.
We're running out of time. It's just...
This has only just begun.